10 Historical Facts about John Kennedy. 1. Early life. John Fitzgerald Kennedy was born on May 29, 1917, in Brookline, Massachusetts, into a wealthy and politically influential family. 2. World War II service. During World War II, Kennedy served in the United States Navy. He commanded a patrol torpedo boat, PT-109, in the Pacific Theater and earned the Navy and Marine Corps Medal for his heroism after the boat was sunk by a Japanese destroyer. 3. U.S. Representative. Kennedy began his political career in 1947, when he was elected as a Democratic congressman from Massachusetts' 11th Congressional District, serving in the U.S. House of Representatives from 1947 to 1953. 4. U.S. Senator. In 1952, Kennedy was elected to the United States Senate, representing Massachusetts. He served as a senator from 1953 until 1960, when he resigned to focus on his presidential campaign. 5. Presidential election of 1960. In 1960, Kennedy ran for President of the United States against Republican candidate Richard Nixon. He won the election by a narrow margin, becoming the 35th president and the youngest elected president at the age of 43. 6. Cuban Missile Crisis. One of the most significant events of Kennedy's presidency was the Cuban Missile Crisis in October 1962. The crisis brought the United States and the Soviet Union to the brink of nuclear war over the presence of Soviet missiles in Cuba. Kennedy's handling of the crisis is widely praised for its deft diplomacy and avoidance of conflict. 8. Space race. Kennedy was a strong advocate for space exploration and set the goal of landing a man on the moon before the end of the 1960s. This goal was achieved when Apollo 11 successfully landed astronauts Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin on the lunar surface in July 1969. 8. Civil rights. Kennedy was a supporter of civil rights and took steps to advance racial equality, including his support for the desegregation of schools and his endorsement of the Civil Rights Act of 1964, which was passed after his assassination. 9. Assassination. On November 22, 1963, President Kennedy was assassinated while riding in a motorcade in Dallas, Texas. Lee Harvey Oswald was charged with the assassination but was himself killed 2 days later by Jack Ruby, sparking conspiracy theories that continue to this day. 10. Legacy. John F. Kennedy's presidency is remembered for his inspiring rhetoric, his leadership during the Cuban Missile Crisis, and his vision for a more just and prosperous America. He remains one of the most iconic and beloved figures in American history.